For too long, Alberta has allowed its financial house to crumble. We've been asleep while stable revenue sources were chipped away. And we've pressed snooze on the fact that we don't even collect enough money to pay for basic things like schools and hospitals anymore. Instead, we've relied on unstable sources of money, like resource royalties, to pay for essential services. That's like hoping for a lottery win to pay your heating bill, or waiting for dear old Uncle George to bail you out of your student loan. Resource royalties are just plain unreliable when it comes to financing the infrastructure and public services Albertans need. And that means our public services are constantly at risk of falling apart. So how can we rebuild our public finances? Some people will tell you we need to run deficits. Of course, deficit spending is important in difficult times, but it's not sustainable. And if we don't have our financial house in order, those bills will pile up fast. Others claim we need to cut Alberta's public services to balance the books, but that's like paying your credit card bill by turning off your utilities. When we cut our public services, we move Alberta backward, not forward, and we don't get any closer to responsible revenue management. The only way to fix Alberta's public finances for the long term is to increase provincial revenue from reliable sources. There are several different ways to generate revenue, and Albertans need to talk about responsible taxation. For instance, a 1% income tax increase on all but the lowest income Albertans means an extra $1 billion in revenue. This would cost the average person an extra $8 a week. Sales tax, a fact of life in every other province, is another option to stabilize our public finances. Each percentage point of sales tax could generate up to $1.6 billion of revenue, helping to pay for hospitals and schools with enough doctors, nurses, and teachers for everyone. And sales tax credits for low-income Albertans means the poorest won't be unfairly targeted. It's time for Albertans to understand that we can't rely on the resource revenue windfall anymore. We need fair, responsible taxation, just like every other province. Alberta needs to fix its revenue shortage now, so we can protect and revitalize our public services. And so future generations aren't stuck with a bigger problem. Cutting services or borrowing money aren't sustainable options. It's time for a grown-up conversation about what mix of taxation Alberta needs to fix our revenue shortage. Join the conversation at revenuereno.ca.